if you do not want to miss the best moments that come out of these raw, completely unplanned conversations that I have with these very interesting people, then make sure you subscribe to this channel, PGX Clips, and press the bell icon top so that you know the next time we post. I can see that, at the floor, at the bottom of it, in the range of things that drive human behavior or action, at the bottom of it is survival, I'm sure. Do you think at the top of it is status? Do people actually align? And I'm talking about a broader core human truth level kind of thing. But I'm just trying to understand, when you think of things that drive humans, and you've had a lot of experience probably dealing with people on the field, probably dealing with people elsewhere, what do you think drives people? What is it?
You're exactly right. The foundation is survival. If you've heard of Maslow's hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy talks about a hierarchy of human needs, right? And at the top of human needs is this idea of needing to understand yourself, self-actualization. But human needs are completely different than human desires, human wants, right? As an example, you've probably bought a car. You've probably bought a very nice car sometime in the recent past. You may have said to yourself, I need a new car. But what you didn't say is, I need the car that you purchased. Because you didn't need the car that you purchased. You didn't need the nice leather seats. You didn't need the sky roof or the sunroof. You didn't need to have everything be wired so that you could drive it from your phone. You didn't need that. What you needed was a mode of reliable, safe transportation from point A to point B that would keep you safe and your passenger safe. That's all you really needed. But everything else that you purchased in the car on top of that, that wasn't based on need. That was based on desire. That was based on want. We as human beings, we use the word need when we're actually talking about the things that we desire. I need to get married. I need to have kids. I need to make money. I need to travel. I need to be happy. No, you don't need any of those things, but you want those things. Similarly, we start using the word want sometimes to define the things that we actually need. I want to relax. I want more free time. I want to stop being so stressed out. Those are actually things that you need, but we're perverting what we need and what we want. And part of the reason that we're perverting those things is because we have not been conditioned to actually be transparent in our needs and our desires. So your desires can get you criticized, and your needs are something that people feel like we have to reduce, because if we're too needy, then there's a problem with us. So there's this dichotomy that is a struggle for all of us.
This is something I've never quite noticed before. It's a very glaringly obvious point when someone says it, but we codify our needs with wants and our wants as needs. And that must lead to a fuck ton of internal confusion too in everyday life, right? Like saying I need the car versus saying I want to relax. That's pretty stark, huh?
And when you realize how confused each individual is because we're not using the same words, think about how ripe that makes us for manipulation. Because now if an ad or a social media person or an AI generated influence campaign from an enemy, if they come through saying the same thing that we're telling ourselves, right? It's called the message in your head, the dialogue in your head. If they come in saying the same thing you're saying in your head, you immediately trust the message, because we talked about it earlier. You trust things that are familiar. So when you think to yourself, I need a new car, and somebody comes in and says, you deserve a new car. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh, you understand me. I can trust you. Fuck no, you can't trust them. They're here to sell you way more car than you actually want, need, or can afford. But they understand the story that's in your head. And this is the same thing that we did to our parents when we were 7 and 11 years old, right? When we were like, hey, mom, hey, dad, I need a new jacket for school. And you didn't need a new jacket. You just wanted one. You wanted one that was maybe a little bit warmer, a little bit bigger, a little bit cooler, like more fashionable. But you knew that mom and dad wouldn't buy it for you if you said, I want a new jacket. You knew that they would buy it for you if you said, I need it.
Are people by and large honest or dishonest?
People are liars. People are absolutely dishonest, but it's not because they're intentionally dishonest. They don't even know what is true to them. Have you ever asked somebody, what do they want from life? If you ask somebody, what do you want out of life? Almost everybody has a quick answer. Oh, it's easy. I want travel. I want happiness. I want satisfaction. And then if you push them just a little bit farther and you say, well, what is satisfaction? What is the satisfaction that you want? Now all of a sudden they start to get tied up in the details because they haven't thought about it. It's not that they haven't thought about it at all. It's that they haven't thought about it honestly. So they can't honestly define what their satisfaction is. So they start to pull from things that they've heard in other places, things that they've read, things that other friends have said, things they saw in a movie somewhere. And it won't take long before you start to be able to show them that what they want and what their actions are contradicting each other. And when you get to that point, you really start to see that the person you're talking to isn't lying to you. They're lying to themselves. They haven't even been honest with themselves. How can they be honest with anybody else? And it's because of that need, that constant habit of deceit, that we live in a world where people don't know the truth for themselves, and they certainly don't know the truth in each other. And that's why the vast majority of people are inherently distrustful of one another. Even though we wear smiles, even though we say, I trust you, I love you, whatever, we don't actually believe that, but we're not willing to admit to ourselves that we don't believe that. So we are even lying to ourselves.
Yeah. Guys, trust me, I cannot give you the beauty of this conversation in just this one clip. If you like this clip, then you have to go to our main channel and subscribe to it and press the bell icon because we post some amazing conversations for you on that channel.